Hello and welcome to the political deplorable show, Peeling Onions. I am the co-host, Colin Perry, and this is the main dude, Gabriel Addington. Welcome.
You're fired.
Bye.
Okay, so obviously in fairly recent news last week, Trump gave his State of the Union address.
Excuse me real quick, sorry.
Yeah, get out of here. You're fired.
Our band broke.
You're fired. Get out.
Well,
So now this is a solo show. Welcome to the Ben Shapiro Show. Here we're going to talk about the State of the Union. What are you doing? He's back. Okay.
I'm gonna deport you.
Talking about the State of the Union, and many things were talked about. Though we mentioned in the last episode late. I almost forgot about it. We were the main thing is when we originally talked about this, and we originally heard about it when it was just the outside noise. We hadn't really watched it and hadn't really heard exactly what happened and what was said. There was a lot of talk about bipartisanship, and there was a lot of that. And people stood up and clapped, and there were a few scenarios of that. I'm not going to say there were bad. It was bad all the way through, but what I did see was a lot less than I anticipated. Because I went through and watched and just went, just as every time I saw something that wasn't, I just marked the time, and it got so ridiculous. It took me like 30 minutes to watch 3. Because and then I had to mark stuff off and choose what was more important than what was shown, and it ended up being that we could get it into a 40-minute video. So we're gonna talk about the State of the Union address today. First up, Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders. Their reactions were priceless.
All right. So, AOC, just one time I saw the camera pan on her, and her face is just very straight. You can tell she was pissed off. And Bernie, I swear, he was as red as the Soviet flag, his home country.
It was literally like, there were a few scenarios where she reacted like that. At Trump's inauguration.
I saw a meme. There's a bunch of NPCs. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And it's just a bunch of NPCs all dressed in white, and then you have one with a bunch of lipstick, and then one with a bunch with a jab on.
But she reacted that way when Tom Petty stopped touring. She even reacted that way. She reacted that way on 9/11. Yeah, it's just straight face. Everyone else. Tears streaming down their eyes. Her
Straight face.
straight face.
Death to America.
Didn't care. No, I think it was more on the when we went to Iraq. She was just sitting there. Boy.
She's just never happy.
No, never, ever. I've never seen her smile. That's not true, but we'll get to that later. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the first thing that Trump mentioned was his slogan, and it was choose greatness. He talked about how we need to come together.
Yes.
We did not choose our values as our parties, but choose our values as our as ourselves and as a country. Really quick, we'll cut to him saying that so we can get that under us at least.
And embrace the boundless potential of cooperation, compromise, and the common good.
Fairly simple. Fairly straightforward.
Very straightforward.
Let's not just bicker about the same thing over and over. Let's discuss.
And I would like to say that what I think for best of America, not for the party. And to be honest, if it was my way, there would not be any parties. It would just be, you want what's best for America. It just happens so that what I think is best for America lines up with a lot of conservative beliefs, but I do have some liberal tendencies.
I don't know about that. just mainly because not the fact of arguing for your party instead of for yourself or for America, but I think when they start pushing stuff as 9-month abortion, I think we can go ahead and say, yeah, let's put them in a separate category.
Yeah.
I think that's fairly straightforward. Let's keep them away.
Yeah, let's
back.
That isn't really good for America.
You know, Bernie.
I just like it how they preach about, oh, what about the children at the border while they're standing on top of a mountain of dead aborted babies.
Wow, they do it. I mean, it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, and then he came in and talked about not only the food stamp situation, but also for the unemployment rates for not only blacks but Hispanics and as a general.
So when he mentioned that more people are being lifted off of food stamps than ever, Republicans, Democrats.
How else do they get you to be socialists? Just to
They
prove
want as many people dependent on them.
Just to prove we're not lying. Here's Trump saying just that.
Nearly 5 million Americans have been lifted off food stamps. Unemployment for Americans with disabilities has also reached an all-time low.
And guess who doesn't stand? People with disabilities is at an all-time low. Unemployment, all-time low. Hispanics, blacks, all-time lows.
I mean, you'd think that'd be something that the Democrats would clap for, but no, Orange Man's up there saying that, so no clapping.
And guess Alexandria's face. Hold the face. Hold the face. Oh wait, he mentioned women. Let's go! Yay! We'll get to that in a minute, but then he mentioned that we're by far the hottest economy. You know, the growth is still going. I believe it was around 3.7% last time I checked.
I have no idea.
But the point being, people were inferring that he could never fix this economy. He thoroughly has.
The economy has definitely boomed.
I'm not going to quite say we have the best because, we're still exporting and importing at an, extreme, disadvantage.
Yes.
But what I will say is more money is in more Americans' pockets.
Which is good.
That no one's ever going to argue with that. So by that regard, yes, we're absolutely doing better.
I had more money in my wallet than ever. Of course, I got my wallet last year.
I've had more money in my wallet than ever before.
Boom!
Guys, you want to say my new wallet?
I'm good.
We're now leading in oil exporting. We're now leading that oil production. And guess who doesn't stand? Yet again. Yet again. You just gotta look at the white. It's funny to me, like that they choose white as their color to show suffrage, because isn't the whole point is to not be white?
See, from what I know is that they wore white to nod the suffrage movement from 100 years ago, because I think the women then wore white too.
Yeah, it's kind of. They're iffy on that.
They're being white, so they're being racist.
They're iffy on that part of history to show that women are equal. We're all going to be white. But mention the oil again. We're not lying. Hear him say it.
Far and away the hottest economy anywhere in the world. Not even close. The United States is now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere in the world.
So again, it's another scenario where, again, he says this amazing thing that America's doing. And what do Democrats do? Hit the Alexandria post. We're not just random moments of dead silence where people don't know what's going on. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be great. Trust me.
Then he came and talked about we're now net exporter in energy. We're
yes.
giving out more energy. I think it's a fairly easy concept to grasp.
I
Guess
mean,
who didn't
who
clap?
doesn't love energy?
Guess who?
I want energy to play on my phone.
Bet you can't guess who didn't clap.
The Democrats.
Hit the Alexander. She is gonna be like that. She's that boring girl at prom who just sits there, doesn't dance, the entire time,
And she's dressed casually too.
and then asks why people don't like her. Elizabeth Warren. Well, on the illegal alien cost, I don't know. I don't know who did it. They're genius. They zoomed in on Elizabeth Warren. It was fantastic, and she's just sitting there.
She's pissed off too.
Son of he figured it out.
Every single time I see Elizabeth Warren, I just picture just a bunch of Indian crap all over her. She is
He obviously mentioned legal immigration. He came up and he said, "We want legal immigrants here. We all want people to keep coming. We want them to come legally." Don't believe me? Here's him saying it for full context.
I mean,
People to come into our country in the largest numbers ever, but they have to come in legally.
I'll be the first to admit that our immigration system is kind of effed up the legal way. It takes forever. And that could constitute to part of the reason why people are coming in illegally. You still shouldn't come in illegally, but at least make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I'm not
Not
saying
make it a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing driving that entire, I guess, movement, if you want to say. It is that unlikelihood to be able to get in.
Yeah, because it
And
takes
just
forever.
because it takes forever.
And it's expensive.
And and then not that there's even I guess I'm going to say a refugee crisis, but when there are actual legitimate refugees, we do need a quicker way of getting aid to them.
Yeah.
But the point is he says, yes, please come. Do it legally. And they're all,
It's like, me personally, I do want immigration because that does bring in more enrichment in our culture and also workers.
Yeah.
Because most immigrants are very hard workers.
it's simple science. Isn't
Unlike
science?
most naturally born Americans that were growing up treated like a
Listening
prince
to
or princess.
Alexandria and Bernie, they're not as hard workers. Oh my gosh. Have you seen her new Green Deal?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a clip of it was from a movie saying what you said literally made no sense at all. Everybody in this room is now dumber because of what you said.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like
May God have mercy on your
the
soul.
lowest estimates have it at 35 trillion. People who don't want to work or can't or don't want to work, don't have to. And it's like,
And I even read the story where this professor, he apparently never had a student fail his class, and then all of a sudden every single student in his class failed him. What the students did is they said socialism works. So the professor said, "Oh really? So I'll make you a deal. Every single time we'll have a test, I'll average out the grade, and that's what everybody will get." And so the first time averaged out to be a C. All the students who studied hard and got an A on it were pissed off, and all the students that didn't study and got an F on it were happy as a clown. So the students that clam,
uncultured swine.
whatever. Anyway, so the next time the students who studied harder, they didn't study as hard, and they did worse on it. And eventually, the average just got worse and worse and worse and worse until everybody failed the class.
Socialism. Everybody fails.
Communism. Everybody
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, that's the only difference. Just it's between failing and dying.
Yeah.
It's between eating your pet and not getting to have a pet. It's
Yeah.
between your pet being a bear in Russia and your pet being a cute little chihuahua in America. Capitalism. Next, he obviously talked about his wall. He built off the legal immigration and talked about the wall, the wall and how we need it. He talked about, I think, a little bit about how he wanted to negotiate for it and not have to do a national emergency, but I think that's becoming more and more likely. He talked about how walls dropped not only crime, but dropped, violent crime, etc. Illegal border crossings in Israel, I believe they went down by like 99% after putting a wall on their western border, or southwestern border. And it's just insane how well they work.
Simply put, walls work and walls save lives.
And they still claim that walls don't work.
And they still somehow claim it. I don't understand quite.
I mean, they say, oh, you can just use a student visa. Well, if you cross the border illegally, the U.S. government has absolutely nothing on you. So
Yeah,
you're invisible. If you have a student visa, the government has at least something.
Yeah, except for 21 Savage. He got caught. Didn't they release him basically saying, you've been here?
I heard Jay-Z paid for his fines or something.
Well, it's whatever.
I don't know the story.
He's here to stay, but I would laugh so hard if he got deported. That'd have been funny. That'd have been.
I don't really know that story.
He talked about, he jumped into a late-term abortion after you saw the Virginia governor mentioned it. He talked about, post-birth abortion. Obviously, just about all Democrats right now are pushing for late-term abortions to be allowed. It's ridiculous. He talked about that. I bet you can't guess. I bet you can't guess Alexandria's face. Do it. That's right. I've seen some stuff.
In post, just make my face.
I looked over my wall at my house and I saw some stuff. I saw.
In post, make my face very.
And then my personal favorite comment: America will never be a socialist country.
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, Bernie.
America was founded on liberty and independence, and not government coercion, domination, and control. We are born free, and we will stay free. Tonight, we renew our resolve that America will never be a socialist country.
It just explodes. With passion. It's passionate. I love it.
You could just see the steam just.
Yeah,
That was a horrible
I
sound
thought,
effect.
yeah, we'll edit that in post. But yeah, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I think that comment was more towards Cortez, though. And my reasoning is because Bernie has, yes, said a lot of crazy stuff.
He has.
But
nothing compared to
nothing.
Cortez.
But Cortez is now actually trying to get it into legislation and like really actively pushing for a 34 trillion at minimum. 35 trillion at minimum, and some estimates are way higher.
I heard 40. Every trillion is a crap ton of money.
Yeah. We want to fix the national debt.
I mean, I agree with renewable energy. Just don't blow the U.S. government for tens of thousands of years.
Yeah. Well, that's implying we'll be here after that bill gets passed.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna die.
There's gonna be a revolution.
Then he moved on. He talked about Russia. That whole scenario. Russia has broken the current treaty multiple times throughout history. He mentioned that he wants to fix that. He wants to make a new treaty so that this maybe it's a little bit more fair. If we're gonna follow that treaty to the letter,
Then Russia also has to.
I want you to do the same.
Russia repeatedly violated its terms. It's been going on for many years. That is why I announced that the United States is officially withdrawing from the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, or INF Treaty. Perhaps we really have no choice. Perhaps we can negotiate a different agreement, adding China and others. Or perhaps we can't, in which case we will outspend and out-innovate all others by far.
And now that we've gotten all the oh, by the way, guess who didn't stand? All the people who claim to be against Russia. Could it be Alexandria didn't stand?
No way. I didn't know that.
Could it be the people who've been claiming to be against Russia this entire time?
I mean, you think if they're against Russia, they would be like, oh yeah, let's raise the military's
You
budget
think
by $5 trillion.
You think that's the thing that they would be like, yeah, let's do that.
But no, Orange Man
What?
said that.
But Alexandria?
You dummy! Stupid. Deplorable.
But after that, you know, we did see some bipartisanship. We saw it mainly with when he was talking about the women's accomplishments, women unemployment, and women's in Congress. And obviously they were excited about that. You know, this is all one. I think it was like 64 women that were wearing white.
I don't know.
I think there was six. I think it was.
I think it was all Democratic.
It was
congressional
it was all.
women.
I know it was all Democratic women, but point being, they you know, he mentioned that and he was like, you know, don't sit just yet, and
Don't sit yet. You're going to like this. And exactly 1 century after Congress passed the constitutional amendment giving women the right to vote, we also have more women serving in Congress than at any time before.
you know, they got up and they started clapping, had a great time, and it's, you know, obviously it's, you know, great. You know, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have women in Congress, but it's funny that until it included them, they hated it.
They hit the entire house.
They hated everything. Everybody on the southern border, fend for yourself. Babies in the womb, fend for yourself. Oh, I did something? Thank you. Go me!
I mean, I do want to say that the slight bipartisanship we saw there, it is an awesome thing. It's just they only stand. They're really only happy when they were mentioned themselves.
Yeah. If he didn't drop the pants and start slurping, then they would never have stood throughout that entire thing. But also you saw with the drug cost. Now I think there's 2 different ways. They want to reduce the prescription drug costs. He wanted that to be, you know, a forefront issue.
Should be to lower the cost of health care and prescription drugs and to protect patients with pre-existing conditions.
I don't think the Democrats quite get how that's going to turn out. Because what they think is more government in it. And I think what Trump's meaning is, yeah, we're going to back out.
Yeah.
Because capitalism has been the #1 system to lower prices
It
ever.
has.
The best example.
All systems are horrible and bad, but capitalism is the least bad.
The best. It's the best one we can
It's
find.
the least bad.
So, the best example of that is LASIK eye surgery, because when LASIK eye surgery is generally an unregulated form of Medicare.
Yeah.
You know, it's not in the medical field. It's on the unregulated side. There's not a lot of government control, not a lot of government interaction, and eyes. Getting your eyes LASIK done used to cost something like $10 grand, and
Dear
now
God.
an eye. That's one per eye. So, you know, only the elite can afford it. But guess what? Through capitalism, competition, bargaining with customers, innovation, that price toppled down. Now it's about $1,300 an eye. I think it's around there. And that's, you know, leaps and bounds. You know, it's by far not cheap. You
Yeah.
know, but it's leaps and bounds from 10,000.
I mean, I'd rather spend $5,000 on the surgery than 10 grand. There's
Yeah.
a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Now, if you're as wealthy as Cortez, that won't be a problem for you.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
That's just
she has
a
glasses.
doll. That's
I
a
think she has
doll
glasses.
to you,
She has glasses, don't she?
maybe.
Top brand too. That's a funny.
I mean,
it's a funny thing too.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a post on Facebook and it was like how expensive her outfit was. It was at least $5,000. And I don't know if it's true or not. Her outfit could have cost $5.
No, but what I do know is her home. her home, Nancy Pelosi's home, Bernie's homes.
Clinton's homes.
All these people who claim to hate this capitalist system seem to love it when it benefits them. Capitalism is for me. No one else gets capitalism except me. That's how it works. And that basically wraps up our summary of it. That's basically our summary of the State of the Union. We talk. That basically to sum it up.
I would like to mention something real quick. So they claim that all the wealthy billionaires out there are really bad. Well, guess what? If we take all billionaires' money, we found every single billionaire out there and took all their money, it would only run the U.S. government for less than a year. The government overspends.
I was about to do an outro,
Cool.
but I forgot he's running this episode. Do the outro.
Well, this is all for peeling onions.
Dance, monkey.
I hope.
Dance.
I hope we didn't make you cry too much.